Hi, my name is Maggie Antikin, and by the end of this video you should be able to understand Barthes' system of methodology. Myth takes the form of pictures and narrative, taking on the theories of Saussure where each word is deconstructed to the point where each is worth 1,000 words. Saussure launches this project of replacing God with explanations of structure. This perception of phenomenology brings about the perception of the abstract over concrete. The meaning is but a product of our social relations. However, Barthes applies Saussure's concept that is only pertaining to the narrative to everything. To take for example, if I were to call out hamburger, one would instantly think of McDonald's customarily versus Carl's Jr. or others. This is due to the vast exasperation of these individual brands advertising and how it has embedded itself in our society. He asserts that semiology is entitled to treat language and pictures the same as they are both signs. He creates the semiological system where the first level of myth is the linguistic system, which he calls the language object. The second level is a second language, a meta-language, which refers back to the first. His Marxist critique through semiotic analysis deciphers this relationship between the signifier and signified that is manipulated at the time by bourgeoisie to affect taste and consumption. He describes this process of neutral events that are being imposed a meaning or signification to bolster their social dominance. The human becomes autonomous and brings about the death of the author. He's concerned with interpreting the natural and ideological functions. In myth, there are two levels of signification. In the first stage, a word is signified and mentally noted to a certain entity or kind. Then, this signifies the convention of history that is attached to oneself, which is the signified or passion, and in the final result, it is signification. In the explanation of Barthes' theory of myth, a concept is used to denote the signified. It is usually natural and its determination is not natural. A form, on the other hand, is used to denote the signified. If we take an example of the word cow, the letters C-O-W do not have any direct relation with the creature it is referring to. In this sense, the knowledge of cows is the signified. The whole, the cow, is made up of the combination of the signifier and the signified. Speech acts are usually the actions that the person speaking performs. According to Barthes, myth is usually a type of speech. He holds that myth can be everything in as long as there is discourse in its interpretation. He continues to say that myth cannot be denoted by the object, but by the way the message denoting the object is expressed. According to Barthes, objects usually come to be expressed in a mythical speech in certain moments, and then other objects take the same expressions later. Speech presented in this way is a message which can even be presented in photographs, shows, publicity, and all other forms. Neologism conveys a recently invented word with its treatment or usage. The word is used in languages, but it is still not accepted in a specific language. Most of these words are used in events or in a specific period of time. They may also be attributed to a certain person. Barthes is attracted to neologisms as he holds that seasons come and go. Even so, some words also need to change in the way they are used, or there is need to form words to signify particular events that may occur in certain periods of time. Barthes deconstructs the cover of Paris Match magazine. In analyzing the image, he considered that each individual element of the image together, or separate to the elements, allows for multiple interpretations and secondary levels of meaning beyond the image itself. Most of the drawings may only show two forms of dimensions, while others will show three forms. In this image, where Christian Dior's exhibition intends to form a dialogue between two structures of expression of the contemporary art and fashion, Barthes would see the figuration of the photograph. That is to say, that in this image, the arrangement of words varying on a grayscale on a black background as constituting the signifier, and the concept of the man with the mobster hat as constituting the signified. Together they form the sign. Yet Barthes would take this reading one step further and contend that there is a second level of signification embedded on the first sign. This first sign develops a second level signifier for a new sign whose signified is connecting the viewer to the violence with the words AK-47 being written across. Now this man who is smiling with a black hat is deprived of history and is being represented as someone associated with the mob. This black hat being slanted on his head becomes a fedora hat that is historically known for the Al Capone and Bugsy Siegel era. The representation may be understood or recognized by the form it's represented with. The representation of the picture will have a direct relation between image, which is the signifier, and the object, which is signified.